Hey everyone, this is Amy with Pretty Presets, and I am going to do a quick video here with this photo that Alyssa has posted in the group today. We were noticing that the presets and the brushes that were being used weren't getting quite the effect that they should, because Alyssa is new to using the presets, and I'm not sure if she's new to using Lightroom or not, but I know that she's new to using the presets. And so I offered to do a quick video so that she could see exactly how we would use the presets on a picture like this. And I'm just going to say, as a statement right now, she is fully aware of the laws regarding train tracks, and I am as well. That's already been addressed. So please do not comment on the video or comment on the post concerning the railroad tracks. That has already been discussed, so we're not going to go over that again. Thanks. The collections that she has are the Luminance set Summer, the new Summer limited edition set that came out, the Clean Edit Workflow, and the Portrait brushes. So I'm going to only use those sets to edit this with. So looking at this, I wouldn't necessarily crop this, because as far as the rule of thirds, she's already got that there. But the one thing that I will do to it is kind of level out this line right here. Probably not make it like totally straight. It looks like it may be a bridge of some sort or something, I can't quite tell. So I'm going to even it out just a little bit there. That looks better already to me. I'm going to go through, and the first thing I'm going to do, one thing that we noticed in the post where the picture was that it looked like the focus fell on more towards her elbow or down here. I actually thought that it was down here towards the corner of this shirt. So I'm looking at it since I have the straight out of camera shot, and I think the girl actually looks pretty and focused. It looks like it's a little bit more soft as it gets up here. The eyes aren't as sharp as I would like them to be, but as a whole, she's not out of focus. This doesn't look any more in focus as right here. So I think it was just the editing that had been done on it. So what we're going to do first is we are going to use our brushes so that we can do this work first. Remember, we do the brushes first because when we start applying our presets, it won't make any of the work that we did on the brushes disappear. The brush work will stay. So when we're done with doing this work, then we'll move on to choosing our presets, and we will then do any local adjustments that need to be done. I tried to get the photo to, oh, you know what? Hold on a second. I was messing around in here the other night trying to get okay, there, she's a little bit closer to me now. I was messing around trying to see a photo better, so I had adjusted these settings right here so photos weren't showing up as close to me as they could. So we're going to add some light now to her eyes. So we're going to go over this right here, because as it is right now, I can barely see her eyes. And then we're going to do some clarity, add clarity. We're going to go over her eyebrows, and I'd like to go over her eyelashes too, but it's so hard to do when I can't get up close like that. Okay, I think, hold on. I think I'm also going to do, her teeth are just a little bit yellow, so I'm going to just take that out just a little bit. I think even that is too much. Okay. Her face also looks a little bit red to me, so we'll be sure to adjust that when we use the presets. For a photo like this, I would just do a really simple edit. Let's look at our summer collection here and see what we've got. So what I do is I look up here in the preview panel here, and as I'm going through them like this, you know, I look here to see, you know, what it's going to look like. I think that because her skin is kind of fair, I don't want to do, I wouldn't want to do like Vintage Kiss here, because see how it makes it a little too warm there on her skin. That's just a little, it's a little too much for me. So I want to find one that really complements the area and her skin tone. So I always like to kind of just go through and see what I'm going to have to work with here. I think Color Rich is a really good color for this. I'm noticing that I don't know what is going on with her arm here. I'm going to go up and get rid of, let's see, Clean and Creative, that's the other, or is it Clean Edit Workflow? Okay, I'm hoping it's Clean Edit Workflow that she has, because I want to use the fix reds a little, and I think that kind of helped in her face get rid of the reds just a little bit. Let's see. Just a little. Okay. I am going to go down. See if I fix yellows, that takes everything out a little bit, almost too much, because then it seems like we lose all of our color and we lose everything that we did as a preset. So what I'm going to do instead of the what I'm going to do instead of the edit with the summer collection, I am going to do edits with this collection here. I think that's going to suit this better. So we're going to use the all-in-one clean edit, and then we're going to do the clarity, and that's going to soften everything. And then we're going to do reduce the reds. See, that took out the reds right here in the skin. And we're going to pop the color a little bit. And then, so we brighten center, that brightens her a lot, and we really don't need her to be that bright. So when I'm done using these right here, I would probably come over here and do some hand edits. Then we'll go down here, and that's all that we'll do for that with that set there. So I will go through here and kind of just edit it a little, or use the exposure a little bit, bring up the contrast, and pull out my blacks a little bit. I'm going to leave that there where it's at. And then see how these two are now the same color? We want them like that because that shows that there's no clipping in our highlights and our blacks aren't too dark. So I want us now to go down here, and we've already got our sharpening done because we did that over here. And then for the noise reduction, we're going to do a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit like this, and then do some for the color. I am going to take the Skin Smooth. A lot of times we focus on the Skin Smooth on the face, but I think that there's a couple other areas that could use it. The arm seems to be, I don't know what was on there, but it seems like there was something. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to also do that right in this spot here, so that those are nice and smooth. Okay, now the other thing that we're going to do is, okay, now I can see her a little bit more close up, and she's got, looks like mascara ran down here. So let's see if we can take care of that. Okay, so that's under eye circle, and we know, I'm pretty sure that this is from mascara, but this can still help take care of that. There, that's gonna look a lot better. Perfect. Okay, let's close that out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into color right here, and then I'm going to click on red, because I still see a little bit of red there in her face. And I'm going to go over here just a bit, and then I'm going to go over here, and that has helped take out the red. Okay, so if your red presets right here, if you do those and it doesn't quite get all of it out, you can also come over here and do the same thing. And then I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to see if I can, oops, way too much, warm it up just a little. Okay, now see this right here, how there is a color tone under there? There's something we can do to help that. Whoops! I was scrolling over here. Okay. Where is it? There is something else that I wanted to check. There we go. So what I'm trying to do, okay, here we go. We want to try to get rid of this color cast right there. So we're going to go over right here. Okay, let's see. Let's try to move out of it and see if we can get a better color sampling. Nope. What we're trying to do is get rid of that. So So we'll try to do it by hand. Oops. Do you see how when I am down here, do you see the color right here? I want you to keep an eye on watching that color. And when I move the amount, how it changes. See, it's still kind of green, and when it goes this way, it's out. So that kind of plays with it. Okay, so now we're going to take our brushes and we're gonna add some color if we can. I have to remember which one of these are in all of my PP brushes. So what I'm doing is looking for a brush that will help this area over here, or let's see, no, I won't do that. Okay, we can keep it like that. Or we can add some warmth with a brush in this area here. Because really it needs warmth. I don't know why there was so much blue, and there was blue up here on the edit and then blue up here. I'm assuming because you wanted to have a the sky, but sometimes you just have to embrace the there isn't a sky or a blue sky up there, the tone of that. My son's laughing at me because I said there isn't a sky. Obviously there's a sky, but it's not always going to be blue. Sometimes it's just, you're not going to be able to capture the way that you want it to. So here we're adding some clarity, and then we'll just kind of, oh, we don't want to do it that much. We want to kind of just pop that up a bit, add some contrast to it. See if we want to add just a little bit of saturation to it. Okay, and then bring our highlights down a little bit. Okay. One thing that I would do that I think would look great, you don't have these brushes, but with the Color Luxe set, there is a grit brush, and I think that this photo is a very good photo to use that on. And because you've got all this rock back here, and I'm going to show you how it would look really cool with that. So you just use that brush back here where the rock is, and then along where the tracks are, and it just really helps bring out the detail in them. And you just kind of can go along there and go along here and make your brush smaller as you're doing it. Going. There you go, and then you could just, if you wanted to, you could kind of up that just a little bit. And that is how I would edit this picture. I think that that looks pretty good, that's what I would have done with that. I'm going to post this to the post along with the other edit that you had already done, and then I will save this as a video so that you can actually see how I used everything on there, okay? Good luck, and hope you're able to go out and make something pretty today.